Hello, welcome to the Freak Show. Bumpy McSquigums here, and I am starting up another new series. This one's going to be a semi-occasional update because I find the gameplay is a little repetitive. It gets a little bit more in depth as you go on. I haven't got to spend a lot of time with the game. I just picked it up today. The developer was kind enough to send it my way, and I saw it. I was like, that actually looks quite cool. It's a turn-based tactical strategy game set in space, and there's three-dimensional combats. You have to actually set up your shots, not just fire, and you have a % chance to miss or whatever the case is. I'm still relatively bad at the game and relatively inexperienced. I assume that I'll get better with more experience. The game is Starlight Tactics by Escape Hatch Entertainment, and as I said, it released today on Steam. There's a lot of little things that are coming and going. There's already been a couple updates and things that have changed, so I'm not 100% certain where the game stands right now, but I got to play it for maybe an hour or so, and then I had other things I had to take care of, and I'm back to actually do some coverage of the game. So we'll start a new campaign in just a minute, but first, I would like to show you guys the opening video so you know what's going on with the storyline. So, let's go to that and I will be right back.
The first half of the 21st century, humankind uses graphene-based near-light engines to explore and colonize the planets and moons of our star system. Previously underdeveloped nations discover the strength and precious resources that space operations bring. April 2037. The countries of the world enter into a second Cold War, with the inner planets acting as the front line. June 2050. The new Cold War ignites as the Husam Federation storms the moons of Jupiter and Saturn. The fledgling United States Space Force responds and prevails in the ensuing four-year conflict. November 2079. The first ER bridge is spanned between Earth and Mars. Transit time is 47 minutes. October 2093. World War III erupts as the Tau hegemony and the new Saharan Confederacy invade the U.S. Eastern Seaboard, Japan, the Middle East, and Grissom City on Mars. July 2096. The war ends with the capture of Tripoli and full surrender of enemy forces. 2 billion people have been erased from the planet. Sanctions force the Tau hegemony and new Saharan Confederacy into economic collapse. January 2099. The governments of the world form the United Earth Governing Body. The newly created United Star Force becomes the most powerful military organization in the history of humanity. Present day. With the recent cessation of the Olympus Mons Empire on Mars, and the continued threat of terrorist activity from the Husam Federation, the USF looks eagerly to the future while respecting the lessons of the past.
So, there you have it, folks. That is the story thus far. The USF is the global military power, or maybe the Galaxy, the Galactic. Yeah, I guess I could have gone with the Galactic. I almost combined the two. It would have been the Galaxicity, which would have been very bizarre and strange in general. Either way, folks, let's hop in and get started, shall we? We're going to go with a new campaign. I believe I have the tooltips and stuff turned off. I would like to restart the USF campaign. Yes, I would. And here we are. Well, we're actually nowhere, but we have a space dock and we have command points that I have accrued, apparently. I'm not sure if this is going to help or make it worse or what. I don't think you can reset your game 100%. You can just restart the campaign. So, I'll have some stuff already unlocked because I did that earlier. But, basically, the campaign is roughly 50 missions, as you see right here. And we traverse this long, complicated path. Now, the missions are not overly long. In fact, I was hoping there was going to be, like, sprawling battle maps and, like, a lot of weird, crazy objectives. But apparently they decided to focus more on ship-to-ship combat and just, like, smaller skirmishes than I was originally thinking. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just a little bit different than I had anticipated. Still, it makes these missions a little bit quicker. So we'll hop in and probably just do one mission in this first episode to kind of give you guys an idea of what's up. And then we'll do some semi-occasional updates, and you guys can see what the game is all about as we progress. So I'm going to take a look at the space dock. This is where you can summon, basically, requisition forces. You can actually get different ships, and I have 3 available to me right now. I have this one. Let's see here. I want to inspect the fleet. I have the SDD-01 USF Colin Powell. I think it's supposed to be like Colin Powell, but fine. Maybe that's how you spell it. I don't know. I haven't actually seen his name in writing before, which is kind of sad. It's a little bit sad. I'm not going to lie. Alright, but there are a lot of cool names. If you guys take a look through all of this, you'll see. But for right now, we're just going to see what we have. So, the Alamo-class destroyer has 8 5-centimeter main guns, and if you get in, I don't know if you can zoom in, I don't think so, but you can see the guns. There's one there, there's one underneath, there's one there, there's one underneath, and I think there's one there, one underneath, one there, and one underneath that as well. And that's the 8 guns. So you have top guns, you have bottom guns, and then technically you have side guns as well. Unfortunately, it looks like you can only fire from the top or only from the bottom. I mean, you can fire from the sides, but you're probably not really going to be able to land much. Alright, we're going to hop to our next ship. The SDD-21 USF Alamo, which is, I guess, the name base for the Alamo-class destroyer. It's the same thing, basically, only this is officially the starting ship, whereas this is just the basic ship, but it costs the normal full amount. So, essentially, they're identical to one another. Except I've thrown an upgrade in here to increase the damage that I do with my weapon. Alright, in addition to that, we also have the SCL-101 USF Dublin. It is a Dublin-class light cruiser. It's roughly about all I could afford at the time. And here it is. This is what we have, and I'm probably going to send this out to do battle. Before I do that, I would like to show you guys... We'll go back here real quick. We'll go to requisition... I can't say that word today, I don't know why. Requisition a few new ships. We're not actually going to do it, but if you take a look... They may have changed it. This is one of the things I think they decided to change. Originally it was their... oh, okay, this is actually all gone away now, so this is all locked. It's interesting. Anyhow, they originally had it to where... Oh, it's over here. The delivery time of the ships were actually quite lengthy, and it looks like they've lowered it quite a bit. So I don't know if this is 14 hours or 14 minutes now, but it used to be several hours per ship, and now it looks like it's actually gone down. It could still be hours, and this could be minutes, but I think it's 3 minutes and 30 seconds. So there will be time where you can't actually use your ships yet. You'll have to actually have them shipped to you and everything else. So it lets you spend a little bit more time with the ships you have, I guess. It's trying to force you to actually spend some time playing the game instead of just getting everything for free. Anytime you do, I believe, a skirmish mode battle or you do an actual campaign mission, you will get command points, and it all goes toward your overall game command points. So if you get stuck on a campaign, maybe do a couple skirmish mode missions and then come back and you'll have a little bit more command points or CP to play around with. So let's go into upgrading our fleet. Let's go with him and see if we can't upgrade something else. Alright, I want to add... Can add 24 Titan missiles, damages hulls and diminishes shields. That's pretty expensive, and actually it's outside our thing. It increases the accuracy of missiles. We don't really have missiles right now. We can get a little bit more armor, and I think I would actually like to do that. So I'll upgrade that, and then we're going to come over here, and I think we're going to... No, we can't afford that one yet either. No. Okay, I guess that's all we're going to actually grab for right now. And we're actually going to hop in and do the first mission. So it's going to look a little bit weird. It's definitely a different and interesting and unique design for the combat and the fighting in the game. So let's hop in and take a look. So we'll send that in. We could actually throw in additional ships, but I would rather not do that. It should be fine with... you know what? We could do that. Why don't we do that? Let's try out the Dublin as well. I'm not sure which is going to be which, but actually... Yeah, we have to send him in. There's no way to get rid of him. Why don't we send... Yeah, there we go. So we'll have the Dublin as our first ship, and that'll be our second. We could send the whole fleet in, but meh. I say meh. Alright, so let's do mission setup. And we're going to do it on Admiral, I guess. Well, we'll do it on Captain. I think Captain's a medium level. I'm sure I'm overpowered for this particular mission right now. But we'll go with Captain, because that's pretty much what I'm going to try to play the entire time. So apparently 50 million people dead worldwide. Non-allied nations claims responsibility. USF on high alert. Today at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, devastating attacks were launched on 5 cities: Chicago, Shanghai, Moscow, Cairo, and Tokyo. Okay. And here we are. Tuesday the 15th, March 2112. We're in the proximity of Earth, and here we are. And this is pretty much how the game plays out. So, it's going to be our troops versus their troops. Their troop is this thing over here. We can click on it. And if we wanted to, we can come up here and take a look. It's, maybe it's this thing? No. There we go. We click on it again. It's an Abu Rawash class supply ship. So it doesn't even look like it has guns. So this is going to be a pretty easy mission. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's mostly due to my amazing skill, but it could be other things that are involved as well. Alright, looks like we have some side turrets, and it looks like we have some bottom guns, and maybe we have a top gun as well. Alright, so how you move in this game is you have these sliders down here, and you can do some tilting there if you wanted to, or you could swing out this way, which is kind of what I'm going to do. I'm going to probably tilt just a little bit, and I'm going to try to go down some. So we're going to make our move. There we go, and the animation is quite lovely, and now we have to aim our guns. As you see, our guns are all aimed toward the front of the world, so we're going to try to get them to aim over to the right-hand side. Okay, there we go. I'm going to realign my ship just a bit. And then we're going to go up, and we're going to get closer to him if we can. And then we're going to click over on his ship. And then we're going to try to line up some more of our weaponry here. I'm going to go with some of the fine-tuning if we can. And it looks like we're not going to be able to get both attacks off. Which is unfortunate. That one's the wrong one. Maybe we can. Let's see here. No, it looks like it's not going to work. Maybe there, and then let's see, what can we do differently? It looks like it's going to be one or the other. I think I'm going to go with the top gun to actually see how that works out. So we're going to do that. We're going to do a little bit of wiggle here, and then we're going to go with our fine tuning once again, and fortunately it's not enough, so we're going to go up just a tad bit taller. There we go. Alright, so we're going to fire on him. And what I think I want to do at this point is come back to our ship here. And we're going to take a look, and we're going to take our fire, and here it comes. And the hit is a miss, actually. We totally missed. I don't know how we totally missed, but we did. That's a little embarrassing. It looked like we had totally had that landed. Alright, so he gets to move. And yeah, apparently I missed my shot, guys. I'm a terrible human person. Unfortunately, he's got no moves because he's just a cargo ship. He's basically target practice for us, and well, apparently we need that. Apparently we need that a lot. So we're going to go over here. And I don't know, I think that might be a bit much. Yeah, there we go, something like that. There we go, something along those lines. Alright, we're going to move over here. And hopefully we can line this ship up a little bit better than the last one. Last one didn't do super good now, did it? Alright, we'll send our upper guns lined up sweet nice style. There we go. We'll go over here, we'll do fine tuning, we'll click on the ship and see if we can't drag it a little bit further to the right, and maybe apparently we're missing just slightly on one of our deals here. And can we go up a little higher? There we go. So there's the possibility, the probability, the hope that we'll actually land both attacks, or we might miss both again. We'll see. We're firing, and here they come, and they hit. And we are victorious. It's that simple, guys. I say it's that simple, but we obviously missed our first shot. It was kind of embarrassing, but it is simply what it is. There we go. The AI has been defeated. We got 45 command points, plus an additional 1,000. Alright, that's pretty much going to do it for this first episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Unfortunately, it is a little bit shorter than I like to do an episode 1. In fact, any episode, really. I try to keep it between roughly 20 and 30 minutes, somewhere in that range, or 25 and 35, somewhere in that range. And unfortunately, this one's probably going to be a little bit short, and the reason being I went past my allotted recording time. Tuesday is a lighter day for work for my wife, so she was home. I had to kick her out of the room to do this. Simply put, the developer was kind enough to send me a review copy of the game, and I figured it would be kind enough of me to actually review the game and put out a first episode on the day it released. And that's another thing I want to point out. It did just release today on Steam, so I'll have all that information down below, information on the developers, the website. You know how I do, guys. You know how I do. I get all that information out to you guys so you can check it out on your own. Now, how I'm going to advance in the series or continue on, I think I'm going to do between 2 and 3 missions, and then spend time on like Space Dock and everything else. And I think that'll be a pretty good pacing for the game. I'm not sure how often I plan to come back to the game. It should be at least a once-a-week dealie, and it might only be a once-a-week thing. I don't know. we have a lot of stuff running, and I'm getting closer to finishing up 3 different series, but I'm not quite there yet, so this might take, you know, kind of a more backseat approach for a while. I might do another one this week, guys, just in case you're wondering, since this one is so short. But in the future, we're looking for roughly 1 a week. Anyhow, moving past that, that's not what I wanted to focus on. What I wanted to focus on is 2 to 3 missions in an episode. And I think that the game has enough to offer that there's a lot of tactical choices between your ships, your loadout, and just the configuration and combination of the ships that you can actually send, that it might seem like if those are the only kind of combat and battles that you're going to get into, granted with more ships, it might not hold your interest for a very long time. But I think with all the different stuff they have available, like I said, the loadouts, the different ships, and everything else, I think that it's actually going to be quite a bit of fun. I think it's going to hold our interest. There's going to be a lot of strategy and a lot of tactics that we're going to have to employ. And I think it's going to be quite fun. And there's 2 different campaigns. We're doing the, I think it's the USF campaign right now. And yeah. And then there's the NAN or the NAN. So we'll continue on as we go, guys. But hopefully you enjoyed this first episode. If you did, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and share it. Thanks for stopping by here at the Freak Show, and I will catch you guys next time with more Starlight Tactics. Until then, my name is Bumpy McSquigums, and I will see you later.